Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. I've got something a bit different for you today, inspired by one of my purchases at the weekend, which is this little screwdriver, which is a bit cleaner than it was on my video. This was made by the Hale brothers, Sheffield, England, and I liked it that much I thought I'd do a bit of reading on it. So, get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and learn a bit about the Hale brothers with me. I thought the 1964 copy of Buck and Hickman, the screwdriver page, would provide a nice backdrop. So if you take a look at this and let me know at the end of the video what your favourite screwdriver here is, and I'll let you know mine. I did also pick up this London pattern, which is the first one on the page, and all of us like a perfect handle, but it's not about those, it's about this one, which is quite thick, quite strong, quite stubby though. Five and a quarter inch. Now the Hale brothers became a limited company in 1920, so this was made sometime after 1920. If I had to guess, I'd say between the 30s and the 40s. But the company itself dates back to the 1880s. It was founded by John and Samuel. John was born in 1853, Samuel was born in 1855, and they opened their first shop, or workshop, on Allen Street in Sheffield. They later moved to the Moorfield Works on Snow Lane. This factory is still there, though not owned by them. You should be able to find it on Google Maps, for example. So in the early days, they made quite a variety, but they started as cutlers, which is quite a common profession in Sheffield, and thankfully there are still some cutlers in Sheffield, though not many. As well as cutlery, they made files, shears, small hand tools, like this screwdriver, as well as horse singeing lamps, which was a lamp used to remove horses' hair, which is not something I'd ever heard of. They acquired the horse's head logo from George Deakin, who was a Sheffield scissor maker. So the logo dates back to 1842, 10 years before their births. On the older brother's death in 1919, he left behind a sum of over £12,000 to his brother. Samuel used this and some of his own profits to incorporate the company in 1920, with a grand total of £25,000 in capital. Samuel was quite resourceful, the younger brother. He also ran a steel stockbrokers, Hale and Pennington, and travelled a lot. On his death in 1948, he left behind a company with a value of £79,555, which is not bad going for the time. So, after the Second World War, and I think this is possibly a wartime design, with it being so stout I could see this in an MOD toolkit. I have a hard time breaking that. The company did continue under different leadership up until the end of the 1960s, producing stainless steel cutlery as well as other small tools and mass-produced cheap pocket knives. In 1969 it was acquired by the Cutright Group. The Cutright Group did keep the name operational for another couple of years, up until about 1972. And then that was the end of Hale Brothers Limited. So they ran from 1880 up until 1972. The factory still remains there. I don't know who owns it now. But yeah, thought that was quite interesting. So, screwdriver, made by a pair of Cutlers. Definitely worth saving. It's just a shame they went the way of lots of our manufacturing overseas, etc. And not all old things are as good as the modern ones, but that definitely is better than the modern equivalent of a small screwdriver. Well built, comfortable, and you're not breaking that. Double as a small pry bar, I think. So, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll be back to business as usual at the weekend. So if you want to join me then, I'd appreciate it. You'll be able to see what other stuff I acquire. Now, don't forget, pick out your favourite and let me know down below. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.